Good afternoon, everybody. Hope everybody doing well.
And
This
today,
is my son Eli. I wanted to come on here and tell you guys about the life in Louisiana, and I also wanted to tell you guys about the school systems and how I feel about the school systems over here. Now, my son, he just came out. He started pre-K. He will be going to kindergarten pretty soon. He went to Renew Schaumburg, and now he got dropped off the list, which is crazy. I hated that. And on top of that, I had to deal with the administration, the faculty, the principals, and all this kind of crap. Okay, I've never had to deal with the school system like this before. I knew it was going to be bad, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad. And And so another thing is, they told me that he has to apply again May the 13th to be transferred over to another school of his choice, which first school. That was the first school that I really wanted him to get into. What do I think about the public school systems in Louisiana? I think they suck. I think that there is a lot more to offer in other states, of course. I don't plan on being here for very long. Um, I do plan on moving within a year to the, the school board in South Carolina because, of course, their schools are a lot better. I have been looking into different apartments, townhomes, and whatnot. I finally got a job at babelaudio.com. If you guys want to know more about that, how I got on that, they don't pay as well, but if you're looking for extra income, I would definitely highly recommend it. And also make sure that, and I don't know why they don't include this, make sure that you get a microphone, and because they don't tell you that, but poor quality sound on a microphone will um, be problems when you're talking to a client and whatnot. So definitely do think that. Shout out to my church family, Church of Miss You. My pastor Isaac is amazing. I was talking to him about this whole school issue, and then I'm having to think about going to the school district and dealing with them, but I don't know yet because he only's got like 2 months left, and then he'll be going to school kindergarten in August. Now, um, and the dismissal over here is 4:45, which is I think is crazy and ridiculous at the same time because who has time for that? Okay, another thing I wanted to talk to you guys is the standards of education, and then I want to talk about relationships because relationships is all about on this channel. So one thing about relationships is that I'm finding that men nowadays don't know how to take accountability. It's really crazy. And when I'm listening to the Bible, I'm hearing about what they're stating as far as, because right now we are in Isaiah and church, and then we're also talking a lot about how people are treated, how this world is, the society of today. Society today is all about themselves, and loving your neighbors as thyself is a commandment. But I feel as though there's a lot of people that choose not to love their neighbors. They choose to love themselves, which in turn causes a lot of problems. So the biggest thing that I want to talk about is the fact that there are a lot of people. Eli, get back. I can't. There are a lot of people that go to church that claim that they are a person of God, but yet they are not really doing what they need to do. And that goes for every dad who, we talk about relationships, and women are now not wanting to settle for less. They're wanting more out of the relationships. And it's important to understand what it is that you're looking for and how important it is to live in a world that of modern society. Eli, can't see anything. And modern society of today. So really thinking about those things and just redirecting what you can to dealing with this whole world. One thing that really bothered me this week that I saw, and you're talking about political news, but how Hillary Clinton had this, that Bill Clinton had the scandal with Monica Lewinsky, and there was just so much talk. Former President Bill Clinton, he really could not get in any words. Now, I had to talk with somebody about this yesterday when I was doing my work, but I was telling her that, basically the question was like, how do I view the news now, like politics and all that? Well, furthermore, I feel like this world of politics that we're dealing with nowadays we live in a very hypocritical world. That's for one thing. Number two, we need people who are supporters, good supporters that are going to really care about the American people. Now, the problem is, Eli, turn that down. The problem is we live in a world that is just, Eli, turn it down. And we live in a world that is full of people who don't care about this world. And, there's just so much that I have seen, and I deliberately cannot tell how many times did this nation, like, we should really be supporting one another. But the Republican parties, they are never going to agree. We have to agree to disagree, because there's a lot of problems in this United States right now. I mean, we're in debt, trillions and trillions of dollars, not to mention medical debt. We're in the Generation Z, as they call it, and we're the baby boomer. We are the baby boomers. Basically, this is the generation that we're living in. And it's sad because so many people are getting laid off. So many people are losing their jobs, losing, the rights to doing the things that they need to do. Our politicians are not standing up for the things that we need to deal with in an everyday society. And when we're dealing with a corrupt nation the way it has been in today's society, we are really digging our feet into a big war. And the war, I remember when my dad told me about the Vietnam War, and I also remember a lot about the German war, the Nazis and all that, when Hitler was there during that time period. In that time period, a lot of people could not have done what they did, and it was a tragedy, Eli. It was a tragedy that people had dealt with. So when we are talking about reforming our country as a whole, we have to think about what it is that's going to make our nation a lot better than what it has been. Because in this nation of today was really, really bad. It was horrible. And the whole issues have been going through so much. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Huh?